May 23rd. It is Memorial Day weekend. Mom and I are headed to Red Cedar Speedway, Menominee, Wisconsin. We didn't really know if we'd be sitting here today talking to you because all week long, basically since Sunday, it's done nothing but rain. And I mean nothing but rain. I think they said we got close to 3 inches, like 2 3/4 of an inch or something like that, 2.75. It was something like that, close to 3 inches. If you know anything about Red Cedar Speedway, which you probably don't, unless you live up here or you're from around here, but you know that place does not handle water very well. Lo and behold, we are headed to Red Cedar Speedway for the races tonight. I think it was not on either one of our bingo cards, but that's where we're headed. So we are tied right now with Shadow Kishner for the points lead. I don't know. I honestly couldn't tell you if this is where we would go tonight if we weren't in the top 3 in points. There's some bigger paying shows around us. Some places that didn't get quite as much rain, but it is what it is, and that's where we're headed tonight. So the goal for tonight is to obviously not wreck anything, and to finish in the top 5. Obviously, any night we go to race, we want to win, but it's not always possible to win every single night you race. So you can just have a good points night, finish in the top 5, win a heat race, or do well in the heat race and put ourselves in good points position. That's what we're looking for. So and then if we have a good night tonight, then maybe we'll go and race Saturday or Sunday, or maybe both days. We'll just have to see what happens, or that's kind of like the plan for this video here is Menominee, and then we'll just hopefully have a good night tonight and figure out the rest as it goes on. But yeah, you don't have anything to add, Mom?
Nope.
I do have something to add since we're just making this our intro and all that stuff. Thank you for watching the video. For those of you that watch our video, shared it with your friends and family. We got 5 new subscribers out of that little video that we were just asking for feedback on. What else?
Thank you for all the comments. The people that have reached out.
The likes, like I said, the shares, the comments, the feedback. It's obviously very apparent that the YouTube channel is very important to not only our fans, but people from long distance that don't get to see us every week, and they want to see this continue. So we're more than happy to put videos out when we can. Obviously, we'd love to put 1 or 2 out every week. I'm not going to say that's going to be possible. It's just going to have to depend on what our weeks look like.
I'm going to say that's not going to happen.
I'm going to tell you right now that 2 videos a week is probably not going to happen.
No, that's not.
We're probably going to be pushing 1 a week. So
I think we'll just try to do what we can when we can, and see how it goes.
Yeah, I think you're right, but we're just going to continue to film like we have been filming, and I can promise you tonight, if you guys have watched the latest Hunt the Front video, they didn't have a whole bunch of content on one of their nights because they were low on help. We're in the same position tonight. Tonight it's just Mom and I. Amber is at her cousin's graduation. Like most of the people that are graduating high school tonight, they have graduations. And it is what it is, but it'll just be Mom and I tonight. So I can't promise that there'll be a whole lot of talking, a whole lot of downtime. Obviously, if we can film, we're going to film, but just don't expect there to be a whole bunch of extra content tonight.
Yeah, we'll do the best we can. I'm a little out of practice, and you won't believe how quickly you get out of practice. It's like hard to take the filming out of you. So the beginning of the year, I was filming little things here and there, and everyone's looking at me, and but I still been taking pictures. And now, like last week, 2 weeks ago, when you had such a great weekend, I didn't film anything. I didn't film anything, and I even videoed your race Saturday night from farther back.
Yeah, that's one thing I want to touch on. Some of Mom's videoing it might seem like it's like far back or not zoomed in on me. She's doing that for a couple things. When I look at every video, because I watch video literally every single night, whether that's before bed, whether that's I'm eating or whatever, but I do that so I can get better at racing, so I can look at all my mistakes or look at lines that other people are running behind me, and if they're getting faster than me, I just break every video down into segments and I analyze everything. And when she's zoomed in on me, I cannot do that. So if you're going to complain about that, that's fine. I understand. But just know that there's a purpose behind it. And I literally have to analyze everything.
Well, and we weren't going to put out videos, so it...
Well, we weren't, but I'm just saying for future reference, like if the video looks like it's further out than it used to be, it is. And it's that way for a reason to help me get better. When Dad raced, there wasn't all these phones and everything you could film with. You had video cameras, but you just didn't have it at the touch of your finger like we do now, and it makes it so much easier to prep, get better for tracks that you don't race on every single day basis or every week basis. And I'm just throwing it out there that if they're zoomed out, it's because I'm asking her to be zoomed out.
All right, everyone, we have arrived at Red Cedar Speedway. I'll show you in a minute, but they did get a lot of rain here too. They said they got like 4 inches, and they were not even thinking they were going to race yesterday because it was a lake everywhere. The track was a lake, the pits were a lake, but somehow it dried up, and we're here. So, and it is a little soft behind the trailer, but I've seen it way worse. So we're here. Looks like the track's pretty wet. Just getting things ready. Cody's out getting his car ready for hot laps, and I don't think it's any special night, just a regular night here. All right, hot laps are complete. We have made changes for the heat race. I forgot to show you earlier. Yeah, it's muddy. It's a lot better than it was, but it's pretty muddy. The track actually looks really good, especially for getting so much rain. So, and it seems smoother than 2 weeks ago when it was really, really rough. So I will show you where Cody is starting. Here is his heat race. He is starting 6th, so 3rd row outside. Sorry for the scribbles. We started writing and then they realized we weren't on the right heat race. So he is starting 3rd row outside, 6th place. All right, it looks like we're gonna go green this time by. We are starting 3rd row outside, so 6th position. then we'll work on setup for the feature. All right, we are getting it back together here. So we're at intermission right now. All of the heat races are done. So a 15-minute intermission, and then we'll go right into the features. We are the third feature. So I'm getting that back together. Hopefully finish up here quick and then start working on setup. All right, it is feature time. Lights are down. We're starting 11th. So 6th row on the inside. fourth with 4 laps to go, and then on like the 3 to go or so, right around there, someone got kind of pushed to the infield or something in front of him, and they came back out right in front of him, and then that pushed him up, and then he got passed by 2 cars. So he was in 4th, but he ended up 6th. You know, sometimes it just doesn't go your way. So again, the car is knocking, the motor is knocking, so he's out there trying to take it apart, figure out what exactly is going on, and get a hold of the engine builder. But that's where we're at. Like I said, I mean, it could have ended so well. I mean, things have gone right, he would have finished 3rd, but it just didn't. And sometimes they say you'd rather be lucky than good, and that was the case tonight. So we'll assess what's going on. Hopefully it is nothing major, and hopefully we can get it to the engine builder if that's where it needs to go, and we'll play it by ear and see what happens here. You and your broom. Oh no, that's the mop. Brush.
Not my broom.
No broom for you.
No broom for me. No clean sweep like 2 weeks ago. So, today's Saturday morning. Obviously last night we forgot to do a close. We're headed to Ogilvy Raceway today, but to kind of just recap everything that went on last night, we went to Red Cedar Speedway. I think we drew 68 going in the gate. Again, got a loaded heat race. I think that's just the name of the game lately, and honestly I'm okay with it most of the time, as long as it's not one lane. And I think we started 6th and we got 4th. Should have had 3rd, but just didn't work out that way. Suffered a lot of front end damage after trying to pass the guy for 3rd, and he just apparently didn't really want me to get past him, which is fine, I guess, but it is what it is. We'll just move on from it. So that made us not make redraw. I think they redrew the top 3 out of each heat, and there's 3 heats, so that's the top 9 cars. And because we finished 4th in the 2nd heat, that put us starting 11th. And I knew we had a really good race car to begin with, but like everything else, we had to have stuff go our way to get back up front, because once you get spread out, it's pretty hard to get race wins with everyone being so close. So long story short, I think I was up to 7th or 8th, and then the first yellow came out, and I was able to get myself up to 4th with I think like 2 or 3 to go. But before all that happened, I suffered a broken rocker on the left side, so we're down the cylinder. And I'll be honest with you, I've never had one break or crack or something like that, because under that last yellow with like 5 to go, it didn't want to take off on the start, and it started to sound kind of weird, like it was knocking almost. And it still had enough power that I could race with the guys up front, but it didn't have enough where if I lifted in the corner, they would all just pull away from me, because I didn't have enough momentum and enough power to stay with them. So I was basically flat-footing it for the last 5 laps, and it just got to the point with 2 to 3 to go where if I screwed up at all, or someone screwed up at all in front of me and I had to lift, it would have killed my momentum, and that's exactly what happened. I think Shadow tried passing Brandon Jensen for the lead, and it was either take him out or go through the infield, and he went through the infield, and we were on the other end of it where we came out, and he was dead sideways in front of everyone, which my choice was either to hit him or lift. And when I lifted, 4 cars went past us, or 3 cars went past us, and then we were back to 7th, and I passed the car and got 6th. So it is what it is. Overall, the car is really, really good, and that's what all that really matters. Is yes, this is a little disappointing that we didn't get top 5, but we know our car's capable of that and capable of winning every single night. So I guess we'll just do some maintenance on this. As you guys can see, she's a little dirty. We have to wash it up today, change some springs, get ready for Ogilvy. It's 1,000 wind tonight. Hopefully luck's on our side, and hopefully we can pull out a W. But if not, just going there to make some laps and see if we can't learn something. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, please like this video, share with your friends and family, comment below. We love hearing from you, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Until next time, take care and see you guys later.
Peace out, Girl Scout.
Peace out, Girl Scout.